Hey everyone, Jason here, digital marketer and entrepreneur, and in this productivity video, we're going to be going through the 4 digital business quadrant system to help you get organized with your files, stay on top of all of your important emails, make sure that your project management application is actually working for you as opposed to creating endless to-do lists, and of course, how to manage your time effectively. Make sure you check out links in the description to other helpful productivity videos just like this one, as well as a timestamp table of contents. So first, let's go through what these 4 quadrants are, and then we'll go through how to apply them to your files, your projects, your emails, and of course, your time, making sure that your calendar is supporting your goals. So the first quadrant we have is team, then we have content, sales funnel, and product. And really everything you do in your digital business falls into one of these 4 quadrants or categories. So first up we have team, and team is all of the administrative stuff. Boring old tax and legal, managing your team, trainings and procedures, your not to-do lists, or kind of your idea boards. That's what team is, and we'll get into what that looks like for each one of the sections that we're going to be going through. Next, you have content, and content is pretty much just everything that's involved with your content marketing. Whether you're doing YouTube, you're doing Instagram, you're doing a blog, or maybe you're just doing email sequences, whatever deals with your content or social strategy, that's what content is for. Next, we have sales. This is just your sales and advertising, all your sales funnels, your landing pages, your sales pages, your webinars, your Facebook and YouTube ads, and finally we have product, which is your products and services. So to get a little more down to earth and a little less abstract, let's go through what this looks like for your file management. Now, I personally use Google Drive, but this pretty much works across the board. Now, in the team folder, you have your administrative documents, your tax and legal documents, individual team files, and then training for each one of the other 3 quadrants. So for instance, if you have training on how to put together content, or maybe you took a course on how to write a sales letter, you would leave that in the sales team folder so that you know where all of your sales funnel training is, and if you wind up hiring someone, you can direct them there and then they can just watch the training and take over that particular process. Next, we have content, and inside of content, this is actually where I spend the majority of my time because I'm producing a lot of YouTube videos. So here we have folders for the blog, Instagram, Pinterest, Facebook, and of course, YouTube. Next, we have the sales funnel folder, and there's actually 2 different ways you could organize this folder. You could organize it by traffic source, or you could organize it by product. Personally, I organize it by product, so there's a sales funnel for each one of our products and services, and so when you go into our Google Drive, you'll see a folder for each one of those sales funnels. It helps us stay really organized. And finally, we have product, and this is where you keep all of your client notes, and of course, if you have a membership website or an ebook, that's where you're going to keep all of your notes and the final product as well. And the only other folder here that's not directly related to one of these 4 quadrants is the collection box. And I like having the collection box just in case I don't have time to organize something, or someone on my team isn't quite sure where to put something. We can put it inside the collection box and everybody knows that's just the one unorganized drawer where everything else needs to be spick and span, put in the right place. But if there's no time or you're not quite sure where to put something, you just put it in the collection box and then someone on your team or yourself will be responsible for getting it to the correct folder. You definitely don't want to fall into the trap though of just putting everything in your collection box and never actually clearing it out. And next we have project management, and project management is whatever task application you're using. You want to create projects for each one of these pillars and then put all of your tasks and sub-projects inside of those. So this is a screenshot from my Asana dashboard, and you can see here there's a project for each quadrant of the digital business system. So everything that deals with YouTube or deals with our sales funnels goes inside of those particular projects. Now what's really nice, and you're starting to see, is there's a congruency between how we organize our files, how we organize our projects, and then also how I organize my emails. So I use Gmail as my email client, and so this is how I use the tabs. Inside of my primary, this is where all the team, sales funnel, and product emails go. So if I'm getting an email from a potential customer or prospect, it shows up right in my primary, and I know that's what I should be responding to. Also, depending upon the client or the kind of request, I'll either have my social tab or my primary tab for product related emails. So this is if a client needs something and it's really urgent, it'll be in the primary tab. If it's not really urgent, or if it's just a support request from one of our products, then it will be in the social tab. And I left promotions and forms pretty open. Promotions, I just make sure that's where all those noise email goes, the one that you don't actually need to read. And then forms I just use for personal. So if I get any personal emails, I can throw them over there and they're not going to interfere with the rest of the system. And of course, you can modify this to meet whatever needs you have. This this is just kind of how I use these quadrants to quickly categorize the types of messages I'm getting and make sure I'm putting them in the right tab. And most importantly, I'm seeing them in the correct order. And finally, we have time management, specifically time blocking. So if you're not familiar with the concept of time blocking, it's essentially being very strategic and intentional with how you spend your day and how you track your time, and most importantly, how you plan out your day so that you don't run around from task to tasks as you go throughout your day. You have a very specific plan of from 8 to 10, I'm going to do this. From 10 to 12, I'm going to do this. Then I'll take a 30-minute break, and then so on and so forth. It's best to actually space out your time blocks over a course of a week and then just adjust as, life happens. So one of the keys to success with managing your time and applying the 4 digital business quadrants to your time and scheduling is identifying which tasks are important and which tasks should be offloaded or just ignored. And for this, we have the value time ladder. So you can see here we have 4 tiers. We have our $10 an hour work, $50, $100, and $1,000 an hour work. And these are broken down by quadrants as well. So administrative, recurring, remedial tasks, working in your business, on your business, and growing your business. What you want to do is put as much time as you can into those $1,000 an hour tasks, that sales funnel quadrant, making sure you're focused on your sales funnels and content and processes, and a little less focused on working in your business, answering support emails, doing the actual client work, and then all of those remedial tasks. So you really want to push it up so you're either making processes or procedures, so you're offloading something, you're focused on creating content, so you're going to attract new people to your list, or you're focused on the list, your email list itself, converting people into customers. And as an example here, this is something you can do Monday morning or Sunday night, is I'll go through and I'll plan out my week based upon the quadrant. So I'll choose a quadrant that's most important for the week that we're working on. In this particular instance, it's content this week. So the first part of my day is going to be focused on the content quadrant and specifically YouTube production. Then I have a little time block for team, and on Friday, I have another time block for team. Then I fill in the rest with what has to get done. And one of the powers of doing this, and I actually color code my Google Calendar as well, is you can look back on the week and you can start to identify where are you spending too much time on those $10 and $50 an hour tasks, and how can you offload those so you can spend more time on your $100 and $1,000 an hour tasks. So you definitely want to color code your own calendar and make sure you adjust it as the week goes on so you can clearly see what quadrants in your business you've been focusing on. And it's a really quick way to ensure that you're not giving too much attention to one quadrant when you should be focusing elsewhere. So if we found this actionable and informative, if you got some value out of this video, go ahead and hit that like button and subscribe, because over on the channel, I'm documenting the entire process of what it takes to build a digital business from scratch. And this 4-quadrant digital business system has been instrumental in helping myself and other aspiring entrepreneurs streamline their processes and, of course, stay organized as they try and keep up with the endless hamster wheel that is building a business and keeping up with content production. So go ahead and drop a comment in the comment section below. If you have any questions, hit that like button, subscribe, and as always, keep building the business you love.